My name is Phil Aguglia, and I am the band director at Kenmore East High School in Tonawanda, New York. My sole purpose in this profession is to give every student an opportunity to experience music education through band that will excite, engage, and challenge them. Since 2002, I have brought in nearly 75 guest artists, traveled to faraway places such as New Orleans and Las Vegas, commissioned nearly 24 new works, produced multiple CDs, hosted a myriad of festivals, all with virtually no financial support from our district. I teach a dozen or more ensembles, with over 90% of my students using school-provided instruments. 50% start as high school beginners, and less than 10% take private lessons. My high school band students range in experience from beginners to all-state college-bound performers. I differentiate my instruction so that every child is mastering material appropriate for them at their stage of development, and find rare and unique opportunities for students to grow musically. I have had many proud moments as a teacher, such as watching a student make the finals in the National Trumpet Competition, performing for a town candlelight vigil days after the attacks on 9/11, playing with Gordon Goodwin and the Army Jazz Ambassadors, and representing the East Coast in the Las Vegas Invitational Jazz Festival. But none compare with our efforts for New Orleans. The second year after Katrina, our students collected and repaired $20,000 worth of instruments to donate to a school in New Orleans. The plan all along was to travel to New Orleans to deliver the instruments, help in a neighborhood rehab project, and perform a few concerts. When it was time to collect trip deposits, the kids showed very little interest in going. This depressed me to an all-time low, especially since I made it clear, as always, that I would find ways to help anyone who could not afford the trip. I then made an announcement to the kids that if they did not see the value in helping others, then perhaps I needed to find another community to work in. The next day I had a waiting list for the buses. This experience had a profound impact on all of us. We continued to do charitable projects in our own community. The students painted a mural in the band room to remember their experience, and many of our students had become volunteers in other organizations. All of this was chronicled in an article I wrote that was published in several magazines, including The Instrumentalist and Teach and Travel. One of the biggest challenges I've addressed has been recruitment and retention of students from middle to high school. We cannot predict which of the two high schools or local private schools our middle school kids will attend. Also, because our district did not own certain instruments like tubas, French horns, and bassoons, you were guaranteed never to get kids who even played them. In 2003, I put together a $2 million proposal asking the district to invest in new instruments. For the first time, and for the next 5 years, I oversaw this investment to make sure that every classroom teacher had ORF instruments, hand drums, and stereos, while getting every band and orchestra teacher instruments they needed to fill out their ensembles. This was the one and only time in over 40 years that our district gave us money for new musical equipment. In addition to new musical instruments, I sponsored monthly fun days or master classes for all students in our district to get them excited about playing these new instruments. My style and approach are unique. My classroom is busy with activity 10 to 12 hours a day. I actively recruit children of all learning styles, special abilities, languages, ethnicities. All my students get individual coaching from me every 6 days. Beginners start with basic fundamentals, working at their own pace, and as they advance through the 6 levels of my curriculum, they can choose to be in lesson groups that include jazz combos, rock bands, recorder ensembles, and traditional chamber groups. Advanced players get to create and design their own curriculum. All of my band students memorize scales, chords, multiple tonguing, reading skills, oral transcription skills, research methods, careers in music, study all genres of music, marketing, and other professional musician skills during their 4 years with me. It's a comprehensive music program that takes a student as far as they want to go. Other ways I have made and continue to make a positive impact as a music teacher has been through the creation of community bands and summer music camps for the students of our region that have had up to 500 children in choirs, orchestras, theory classes, ORF classes, improv classes, as well as jazz and concert bands.